Thank you for listening to Heart Chat Stories. I'd really love to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to leave a comment and share these stories with someone who might need them. Each story is meant to help you pause, reflect, and think about your own relationships, how you love, how you heal, and how you grow. If you'd like more insight into the stories or want to add one to your next book club, visit graceguidance.com. You can find the full collection there, along with reflection prompts to keep the conversations going. And remember, every story in Heart Chat Stories is a chance to rediscover yourself, one honest chat at a time.
Erin and Julien. 3 months before Christmas, and Erin Lewis was already tired. The lobby of the downtown convention center buzzed with the kind of chaos that only came from money, expectations, and last-minute changes. Vendors rushed past with carts of linen and lighting equipment. Interns whispered urgently into phones. Somewhere, a violinist warmed up too loudly. Erin stood at the center of it all, headset snug over her sleek bob, clipboard pressed to her chest like a shield. "Where's the decor truck?" she snapped. "The one with the winter mock-ups, not the fall theme. I said winter, pine, crystal, subtle sparkle, not pumpkins." Her assistant's voice crackled in her ear. "They're pulling in now, Erin. 5 minutes." She closed her eyes and counted to 3. 5 minutes is a lifetime, she muttered, smoothing the emerald green dress she'd chosen specifically to project calm authority. It was September, but tonight's fundraiser was the soft launch for a Christmas charity series. High-profile donors, city officials, and a planning committee that expected perfection. Erin thrived on perfection. She pivoted sharply, already moving toward the registration table when impact. Hot liquid splashed down the front of her dress. She stopped to look down at the damage. No, 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 no. "Oh, damn!" A deep voice followed the disaster. "I'm so sorry, I wasn't—" Erin stared down at the spreading stain, then slowly lifted her eyes. "Let me guess," he said. "Event planner." She stopped short and turned. "Let me guess. You're about to be in my way again." He smiled, slow and unbothered, then extended his hand. "Julien Carter." She stared at it, didn't take it. "Congratulations," she said. "Now excuse me." Recognition flickered across her mind as she walked off. Julien Carter, the organizer, the one funding half of this Christmas charity initiative. She felt it before she heard it, his voice trailing after her, smooth and maddeningly amused. "So you're the one running Christmas this year," he called. "I was hoping I'd meet you." Erin didn't turn around. "I doubt that," she said, headset crackling with updates as she moved back into command mode. Behind her, Julien chuckled softly. "Oh, I don't know," he replied. "Something tells me we're going to be seeing a lot of each other between now and December." Her jaw tightened. 3 months until Christmas. And apparently, 3 months with him. After the snowdrop event wrapped and the last vendor truck pulled away, Erin stepped out of the convention center and into the city's evening pulse. The streets were alive in that soft, holiday-adjacent way. Couples walking close, fingers brushing, friends laughing too loudly as they spilled out of restaurants. A man pushing a stroller while his partner adjusted a tiny knit hat over their baby's ears. Everywhere she looked, people were paired, connected, moving together. Erin kept walking. She didn't have time for that kind of life. She couldn't afford it. Her heels clicked against the pavement with purpose as she tightened her coat and replayed the night in her head. Every detail executed, every crisis handled, every expectation met. This was what mattered. Building her business. Making a name so solid it couldn't be ignored. Making her life mean something, especially in her mother's eyes. Love didn't pay invoices. Romance didn't keep the lights on. Settling into friendship circles and soft, mushy moments felt like a luxury she hadn't earned yet. If she ever dated again, It would have to be someone just as driven, just as relentless, a man who lived for his work the way she did, a power couple. Two forces moving in the same direction, no one slowing the other down. Still, there it was. That quiet ache she tried to ignore. A whisper in the back of her mind that maybe, just maybe, she wanted more than checklists and contracts. Maybe she wanted someone to walk beside her instead of always racing ahead alone. But wanting didn't build security. These days, love wasn't enough to survive on. You had to push, hustle, demand space in a world that didn't offer it freely. You had to bully your way into the life you wanted, or risk being swallowed by everyone else's expectations. Erin lifted her chin and kept moving. There would be time for softness later. Right now, she was busy becoming undeniable. A week later, Erin stood at the dry cleaner's counter, purse tucked under her arm as she scanned the claim ticket in her hand. "Lewis," the attendant called, disappearing into the back. That's when she felt it. That unmistakable prickle between her shoulder blades, the sense of being watched. Erin stiffened slightly, then turned. Julien Carter stood near the rack of finished garments, one hand in his coat pocket, the other holding a hanger like he'd been there longer than she cared to admit. This time he was dressed down, dark jeans, a wool coat, a scarf casually looped at his neck. Still polished, still entirely too calm. Of course, she faced forward again, pretending he didn't exist. "Erin," he said anyway, voice warm with familiarity he hadn't earned yet. She didn't respond. He chuckled softly, stepping closer. "I'll take that as confirmation." She shifted her weight, eyes fixed on the counter. "Do you make a habit of greeting people who aren't speaking to you?" "Only the ones I accidentally baptized in coffee," he replied. "Figured I owed you at least a check-in." The attendant returned, setting her garment bag on the counter. Erin reached for it, intent on leaving. Julien leaned slightly to the side, catching her reflection in the mirror behind the counter. "I saw your work again last night," he said casually. "The Clary Christmas preview." Her hand paused for half a second before she caught herself. "And?" she asked, still not looking at him. "And it was impressive," he said. "Clean, intentional. You have a way of making chaos look curated." She finally turned to him then, one brow lifting. "That's called doing the job." "Not everyone can," he replied. "You make it look effortless." She accepted the bag and slid her card across the counter. "If you're here to flirt, you're wasting your time." "Wasn't flirting," Julien said easily. "Just acknowledging good work." She paid, took the receipt, and turned to leave. As she passed him, he added, "You know, I'll be at the Clary Christmas event next week, in case you're planning on avoiding me." She stopped. "Just briefly." "I don't plan around people," she said over her shoulder. "I plan events." His smile widened, unmistakably pleased. "Then I'll see you there," he said, "whether you plan for it or not." Erin walked out into the cold air, jaw tight, heart beating just a little faster than she wanted to admit. She told herself it was irritation, but irritation didn't usually linger. Erin arrived early to the Clary Christmas planning meeting, on purpose. She liked rooms before they filled, before personalities took over, before opinions started clashing for territory. The conference space sat quiet for now, long table polished, renderings stacked neatly at one end. She placed her leather portfolio down, adjusted her tablet, and mentally walked through decor concepts she'd already sketched. Winter elegance, immersive warmth, nothing cheap, nothing childish. This was her lane. Jenna Storm breezed in next, heels clicking, phone still in hand. "Please tell me you brought caffeine," she said, dropping into a chair. "Because catering spreadsheets before 10 a.m. should be illegal." Erin smirked. "You chose food. You suffer the consequences." Moments later, Misha White entered with his usual calm confidence, nodding once at Erin. They'd worked enough city events together to skip small talk. Lighting mock-ups are ready, he said. I'm thinking layered glow, warm whites, minimal color bleed. Good, Erin replied. We're aligned. Then the room shifted. Julien walked in. No announcement, no rush, just presence. Erin didn't look up right away, but she felt it. The subtle tightening in her chest she refused to name. He wore a charcoal coat over a fitted sweater, confident without trying. He caught her glance and gave a brief, knowing smile. She looked away first. Missy Collier swept in moments later, all energy and authority, clapping her hands once. Okay, my favorite people, she said brightly. Let's get started. She went around the table, assigning roles everyone already knew. Erin Lewis, decor and visual flow. Jenna Storm, catering and vendor coordination. Misha White, lighting and ambiance. Then Missy paused, smiling wider. And joining us this year, Julien Carter. Jenna leaned toward Erin immediately, whispering, Oh, wow! He's fine. Erin shrugged, eyes on her notes. Focus. Jenna rolled her eyes. I am focused. On his face. Julien cleared his throat, stepping forward. I'm overseeing the Christmas Village installation, he said. The children's charity wanted something immersive this year. We're transforming the full 20,000 square feet into a walk-through village. Homes, storefronts, interactive spaces. Each structure will have treats, activities, and gifts for the kids. Jenna's smile faded. Treats, she murmured, low enough to avoid Missy's ears. We already finalized menus. Erin caught the tension but said nothing. Yet. Julien continued, unfazed. It's about creating wonder, a place where kids feel like they've stepped into something magical. Missy beamed. Exactly. This event is about experience. Then she turned, right toward Erin. And that's why, Missy said sweetly, Julien and Erin will be working together to make sure the village and decor flow seamlessly. The room went still. Erin slowly lifted her eyes. Julien met them, calm as ever. Looks like we're partners, he said lightly. Erin offered a professional smile that didn't reach her eyes. As long as we're clear on roles. Missy clapped again. Perfect. I knew you two would make magic. Jenna shot Erin a look that said good luck, while Misha leaned back, already sensing fireworks. Erin straightened in her chair, mind-shifting gears. She didn't care about Julien's charm or his vision, only execution. Still, she couldn't ignore the feeling settling in her chest. This wasn't just another event. This was about to get personal. Julien caught up to Erin just outside the conference room, a rolled set of drafts tucked under his arm. Lunch? He asked easily.
Thank you for listening to Heart Chat Stories. Every story is written with love, to heal, to inspire, and to remind you that new beginnings are always possible. If this touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so others can find healing through story. Until next time, keep your heart open and your spirit lifted.